Have you ever been broke before?
I have.
And what line of business were you in?
I owned hair salons.
I'm in the shoe business.
Are you a business owner?
I am.
And what's the name of your company?
Steve Madden.
Steve Added? Throughout your career, what was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
Well, I did 80 million in one day.
Give me your secret to sales.
Secret to selling is asking so many questions that the customer would be stupid to not buy afterwards.
What's the lesson about money that banks don't want people to know?
They want you to invest in fixed deposit, but you shouldn't.
Why?
Because that makes banks more money.
Number 1.
Excuse me, ma'am. Quick question for you. Have you ever been broke before?
I have.
And what line of business were you in?
I owned hair salons.
So you were a business owner.
I was, but I sold it.
How much did you sell your company for?
255 million?
You sold a company for over 250 mil?
I did.
Actually.
Yep.
I go all over the world interviewing the most successful business owners. Could I get one quick minute with you for the channel real quick?
Sure.
Did you have a lot of money when you started your company?
No, I had no money. I had no money. Luckily, my brother had a little bit of money. My brother was one of the first employees at Yahoo back in the day. So he had made a little bit of money, but I had no money. But he offered me basically sweat equity and said, you run the business and I'll, and be the day-to-day. And he had another job at the time. I was like, so let me get this straight. I don't put in any money, but I have 50% equity, which I thought I was like, that's a great deal. I had nothing back then.
Did you raise a lot of money?
We did, 75 million.
You raised 75 million.
About 75 million, give or take, yeah.
8 out of 10 companies in today's world, they don't make it past 5 years.
Oh, I know. I've invested in a lot of those. Yeah.
What's the number one reason why those businesses fail?
What I see in general, most businesses, they're just not paying attention to enough of the details that are important. And also, I believe in asking your employees, asking your customers, what's working for you, what's not. And most people don't want to hear bad feedback because it hurts. And you're you've put all this money into this business and you don't want to be told something you thought is good isn't good. But if you can get past that and listen and pay attention to what's going on in your business and what's working and what's not working, I just don't think a lot of people even see it to be able to correct it.
So in other words, the littlest things can make some of the biggest differences.
Huge. You know how it is. Whether you're going into a restaurant or your favorite coffee shop, you inherently, whether you realize it or not, you feel better if everything's taken care of. You feel like there's somebody in charge. Things are running smoothly. You're not waiting forever. The person at the front isn't have attitude with you. You go to the bathroom, it's not disgusting. There's an ambiance that a business owner can create to make you, as the customer, me, feel comfortable. And I really like being here. They don't often know why. Have you ever been in a place where someone pulls out a chair and they hear that loud screech and you're like, why doesn't somebody fix that? Put a little thing on the bottom of the chair. It drives me crazy. But I'm a lunatic. I will go into any place and be like, this could be so much better. So I think that's why, to your point, I didn't know exactly the statistics. But yeah, so many fail because they're just not paying attention.
As a multiple 9-figure entrepreneur, what was the best financial advice that you ever received?
I would say be really careful who you get into business with. And that was definitely an experience that we went through as we were raising money, and we raised about 75 million. You don't want to raise money from the wrong people. And by the wrong people, I mean people who aren't in lockstep with you, what you want to build, what your vision is. It's a lot of entrepreneurs, I think, can easily make the mistake of someone's offering to give them a lot of money to invest in their company, but they have a different idea of what they want and what the long-term vision of it is, or, what infrastructure is going to look like, or if the CEO or founder is going to stay. There's all these things that come into play. So you have to really know who you're getting into business with, because again, it's a marriage and you want to make sure you feel really good about that, not just take a check.
Number 2.
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
Yes.
Quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been broke before?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
I have.
And what line of business are you in?
I'm in the shoe business.
Are you a business owner?
I am.
And what's the name of your company?
Steve Madden.
Steve Added?
Steve Madden.
Are you Steve Added?
I am.
Actually,
Yeah.
real quick, I started the channel in Austin, Texas. I
Yeah.
grew it to 9 million followers. I go all over the country just asking business owners their best
Yeah.
advice to new entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
But I get one quick minute with you real quick.
What would you like to know?
So how long have you been a business owner for?
34 years.
34
Yeah.
these 34 years. In terms of revenue, what was the most amount of money that you've made in a single year?
Our company, I think it does a little about $2.5 billion in sales.
$2.5 billion.
I think so. I don't even follow.
Let me ask you this though, as somebody who's running one of the
Yeah.
biggest shoe companies in the world,
Yeah.
what's your best advice to anybody trying to build their business into a $1 billion company like Steve
Oh
Madden?
my God! Get a lot of help. Raise a lot of money.
Yeah?
Got to trust your partners,
Yeah.
I guess. But if you make something people want, you'll be okay.
Did you have a lot of money when you started this business?
I started with $1,100.
How important was focus for you in one industry?
I started working in a shoe store when I was 16. So I've that's sort of been my thing.
What's more important, product or distribution?
Product is everything.
Why is that?
Because without that, it doesn't matter. All the distribution in the world doesn't matter.
What was the lowest point in your career as an entrepreneur?
I did some time in prison. That was pretty bad. And I've had a very good run. I've been very fortunate. Knowing what you don't know is such a gift. And then you're able to get help, you know? So that's sort of the secret. It's not a secret anymore.
I really appreciate that.
Okay,
Thank you,
good.
sir.
Number 3.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, is this your Bugatti?
It is.
And what did you do to be able to afford a Bugatti?
man.
1 second. We have one of the biggest media channels in the entire world. We grew a channel to 10 million followers. Could we get one quick minute with you?
One of my friends.
What's that? What's
I
that?
think you interviewed one of my friends.
We interviewed one of your friends?
Yes. I'm an entrepreneur.
You're an entrepreneur?
I am.
How many businesses do you own?
I've owned several over the past few decades.
Yeah. Do you think we could interview you for 1 minute real quick?
Sure.
What business has made you the most money?
The car business.
You're in the car business.
I am in the car business.
Throughout your career, what was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
Well, I did 80 million in one day.
You did 80 million in one day?
80 million in one day, and we may break that this year on
Are
Saturday.
you serious?
Yeah, I was serious.
Were you a good student in school?
I was a horrible student in school. I had ADD. They didn't know what it was back then. But it's actually been a blessing because it gives me creativity, it gives me vision, it gives me energy. I put really focused A types with B type personalities around me so they're calm, focused, and driven.
What's a lesson about business you'd give to somebody that they will not be taught in school?
The world will teach you if you listen. The difference between Elon Musk launching rockets all the time that blow up and he learns from everyone, or Boeing waiting 5 years to put up one perfect that then doesn't work, the difference is don't be afraid to take a chance. If you don't swing, you'll never hit a home run.
That's a game right there.
That's the game. Thank you.
A couple more for you. Couple more
Sure.
real quick.
I know you interviewed my friend and I stepped away at that time.
Yeah.
I saw you. That's why I recognized you when you walked up. But entrepreneurs share a passion of they love what they do. And otherwise, you don't work this hard.
What's your best sales advice to anybody in business right now?
Always tell the truth, under promise and over deliver, and you'll have customers for life.
So how important is it to keep your word in business?
It's the most important. My dad was known, and I believe I'm the same way, even though we have attorneys and contracts. If I shake your hand, it's a done deal. And that's the way I was raised. Honesty, integrity, and transparency are the 3 words that we run this company by. And I believe that should be in any industry, that people should believe what you're telling them. We do the best job, I believe, of vetting the cars. Not every car is perfect, but we describe it as what it actually is. I've sold cars to people around the world. I've gone to their collections, and I was in Dubai recently, and a very high-profile car guy, I went to his house, he showed me the cars, he goes, I have a compliment for you. I bought that car from you, I bought that car from you, I bought that car from you. Your cars always come in better than the descriptions, not worse. He goes, so I feel confident buying sight unseen from you.
What is the best life advice you could give to any 20-year-old watching this right now?
The biggest decision you make in your life is the wife that you marry. If they don't love what you do, then you're going to have friction. If they join along with you and they love what you do, every day is much more of a pleasure because you are both focused on the same goal.
You got to find somebody who becomes part of the solution, not the problem.
Absolutely. Now, what time are you coming home? It's almost the opposite. My wife loves what we do, and I have to drag her out of the office sometimes because she shares the same passion and loves our customers, and my customers all have fallen in love with her.
How old are you now?
I am 65.
65 years old. I'm 22. You got about 40 years on me.
I do.
Whose generation works harder, yours or mine?
We'll see. After this last election, I am a whole lot more optimistic. I think your generation is cut to go do great things.
You got amazing advice, sir. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
I appreciate you.
Number 4.
All right, you guys, we were able to get into the harbor. There's some people out on the yachts. We're gonna go up and see if we can talk to them, figure out if they own these things and if we can get some advice for you guys on how they were able to own multi-million-dollar yachts. Excuse me, sir. Sir, question for you. Is this your yacht?
Yeah.
And what line of business are you in out here in the UAE?
I have multiple businesses.
Multiple companies? How many?
8.
You own 8 businesses? How long have you been an entrepreneur for?
22 years now.
22 years?
Yeah.
And I go all over, what's that?
Started early.
You started early. How old are you now?
20.
Yeah?
40.
What was the most amount of money that you've made in a single year?
69.
69 million? And could we interview you real quick?
Yeah, come on.
Awesome. On the yacht?
Yeah, please, but take the shoes off.
All right, man. How did you scale from a $10 million business to a $69 million company? How did you go from 7 to 8 figures?
So it was 2020. We had COVID. I'm coming from a family of healthcare workers. My mom and father are doctors. And COVID hit in Germany. Our whole business crashed. So we pivoted to medical supplies. We had 10 years of operational knowledge in China. So we imported a lot of products, masks, healthcare kits for doctors, nurses, and hospitals. And we scaled to 69 million over a year. So we 5x the business before.
So COVID destroyed most people's businesses, but
we had to pivot. Our business plummeted. Nobody was buying promotional products. All the exhibitions were closed, so we had to find a way. So we had to adapt it. We went to direct sales. We called all the hospitals. They were happy that we could actually provide products. So this is how we grow the business. And since then, our core business, promotional products, has been 2x to $35 million now.
were you a good salesman?
I think I'm a natural-born seller. I started selling insurance when I was 16, and then I, worked as a bartender through my university and started a business. I never worked for someone else beside the bar business for working for $5 an hour. Selling is key. Scaling was key before, selling is key today, and selling is going to be key in the future. With selling, you solve all the problems in the world.
Give me your secret to sales.
Secret to selling is asking so many questions that the customer would be stupid to not buy afterwards.
What's the most underrated question somebody could ask to close the deal?
I would actually say, what did you like most of my presentation? And then he starts talking. And then you dig deeper and ask, okay, what else? And you keep asking questions till there's no objection handling at the end. And you can ask, okay, 80% of our customers usually pay with credit card X, Y, Z. Which payment method would you choose?
And you make it easy for them to pay.
Make it easy, always. But we also give line of credits and invoicing, so it's even more easy. You don't have to hand in a credit card. But I think at the end, if the need is clear and demand is clear and all the objection handling are done through nice questioning, building relation, building trust, you hook them in.
What was the #1 book that changed your life?
I can tell you. I was 18, my first mentor gave it to me. It was Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill. But here comes the clue, 90% in your mind and 10% financially.
So mindset's very important.
No mindset, no financial freedom.
Do you believe in God?
It turns out that I'm starting to believe more in God.
Why is that?
Faith and hope is always the last resort of humanity. If you don't have hope at the end, what do you have? And not believing in yourself is the most selfish thing that you can do. Even if you don't do it in a moment, speak good to yourself, because your subconscious mind will reflect it.
Wow.
Because your brain only does what you tell him to do. Even if you feel bad, tell him you're good, tell him you're healthy, and everything is going to change. Your mind will follow your words.
You get amazing advice, my friend. Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you.
Number 5.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, question for you. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I'm not a millionaire.
No?
No. I own $1 billion company.
You own $1 billion company?
Yeah.
What type of business?
A blockchain.
How long have you been a business owner?
17 years now.
I
I started when I was 16, now I'm 34, so 17, 18 years actually.
Yeah, and I go all over the world interviewing billionaires and the most successful people. Could I get 1 quick minute with you real quick for the channel?
Sure.
How long did it take you to build $1 billion company?
Started in April of 2021, and in the first 11 months we raised a little more than $100 million, and the valuation was 1.5 billion. So it took us actually roughly 11 months to be precise to become $1 billion, yeah?
Less than a year?
Yeah, less than a year.
That's crazy. So do you think somebody can get rich quick in today's world?
I think it's very easy if you focus on being at the right place and at the right time. And with the right place, I don't only mean location, I also mean the industry to choose it. So if I were to choose an industry in the 1990s, late 1990s, I would choose the internet. If I were to choose in 2010s, I would choose the social media. And if you were to ask me which industry would I choose now, either I would choose AI or I would choose blockchain or Web3.
You come from a lot of money?
No, I was broke. So basically, I came from a very humble family. Starbucks coffee at one point in time when I was 18 was luxury for me, because I was born in Delhi, it was luxury. So I didn't have any money. But I think that's my biggest advantage, because when you come from nothing, you can only go up, you cannot go down.
The sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. I think it's actually good to be broke when you're starting up, because you realize the importance of money. Even when you make a lot of money, you don't spend that much money because you know the importance of money.
What's the lesson about money that banks don't want people to know?
They want you to invest in fixed deposit, but you shouldn't.
Why?
Because that makes banks more money. Banks make money on your money. That's how banks get richer. And that's how the rich keep getting richer, poor keep getting poorer. And that's why I like blockchain, and that's why I like crypto. Because when you invest, it's your own money turning into double, triple, 4 times, and you're multiplying your own money. And if I'm sending you money today in crypto, the transaction cost is about $1. Even if I send you $10 million, I spend $1. If you spend $10 million in banking, spend a lot of money.
Yeah, you brought up how the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. How
Yeah.
can somebody escape that cycle of poverty?
That's why I'm saying get into Web3, because Web3 is the way to go. If you get into it, you're escaping that cycle, because that's the only place where poor people are turning into middle class turning into upper middle class turning into rich people, and getting wealthy and wealthy. So this cycle, I've seen it in the last 7 years. I know my friends who were broke until 2020. 2021 bull run, they became millionaires. 2025 bull run, they'll become billionaires. You know? So it's and 2025 is going to be the biggest bull run crypto will ever see.
So you like crypto more than real estate?
I love crypto because it's liquid. Real estate's not liquid. If you own a property for, say, $15 million, to find a buyer will take you a lot of time. If you own $15 million in crypto, 1 minute, you have your money out.
That was money right there, bro.
That's
that was
good.
excellent.